Namaste, one and all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome back to your favorite show with your favorite bro. Back one more time, kicking off week 15, just like NFL on Prime. Sorry about the brightness. Hopefully it went down a little bit. But yes, welcome back. Another episode of Quick Take. Back one more time. This one, back like NFL action, back in the NFC South. It is the Tampa Bay Bucs hosting the Atlanta Falcons, and in this one, rocking with the Bucs, but let me tell you why. Starts out for the Falcons at the top of the command. Starts out with the owner. I think he is still ruling in the defeat and the type of defeat that was against the Patriots almost 10 years ago now. Um, and yeah, I don't think the ownership has kind of gotten away from that. I don't think the organization has gotten away from that. The franchise, the city, the fan base, everything involved. I don't think they've gotten away from that Super Bowl, and I think it still lingers with them. After that, let's get into the GM, Terry Fontenot. Remember this. I hate, I mean, I'm going to be saying something and doing the exact opposite. I think here it is apparent. Terry Fontenot should have probably never been hired, respectfully. Looking at his career, scout from 2003 to 2012, director of pro scouting from 13 to 19, and then just 1 year of assistant GM and vice president of pro personnel with the New Orleans Saints. You have seen him grow and develop from bottom of the ranks all the way to the top in the division. Yes. But it's not even his fault. I blame this on, like I mentioned, on ownership. How do you not know football still? Like you owned that team for 20 years, right? Mickey Loomis, he had one Super Bowl with Sean Payton. Outside of that, he really has not done anything. Like going back to the ownership there, Saints ownership. I mean, shout out to Miss Benson keeping the New Orleans teams there, but they're terrible, like horrendous. There is a reason why Sean Payton, who actually knows football, left New Orleans. Respectfully, New Orleans. But yeah, he left for a reason. Getting Zion Williamson, that was like almost 10 years ago too. Still has not done anything. Has they have they even gotten to the playoff with him? Because I do remember they did get into the playoff against the Sun in 2020. However, they didn't get past the first round. And that's probably been the highlight since getting Zion. But we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. Let's get back to Atlanta. Terry Fontenot, it's not his fault coming from that GM tree. I mean, like I mentioned, they should have probably looked into Tampa Bay. I mean, there might be a rivalry or whatever um, between the Falcons and Tampa Bay, but I mean, if you look at the history from Tampa Bay, their GMs and the front office people have gone on to do, even if it's not successful, actually done better. And I think somebody like Spytek would have done phenomenal down there, knowing that division as well as, having that relationship. Another thing, I don't know what the relationship between him and Raheem Morris before this marriage kind of came about because the ownership wanted to put these two guys together. I mean, so it starts off from there. Then let's get to Raheem Morris because we could be here all day talking about this and complaining about this as probably Falcons fans are frustrated, and I am with you, Falcons fans. Raheem Morris last year 8-9, this year 4-9, likely not even going to get to that 8-9 record this year, especially after losing this game. They go down 4-10. What have we done though to kind of rectify this after 3 7-10 seasons with Arthur Smith? Last year, you could win and got Michael Penix after paying Kirk Cousins. That's in the first round. This year, in the first round, you got Jalen Walker. Sweet. Then you drafted back up, or came back up, traded your future again to get James Pierce. And between those two guys, you hit on Watts, you hit on some other guys. You have a secondary with see, I'm already blanking on his name. AJ Terrell, he has been solid, but um, y'all know who I'm talking about. Our safety that came down from Cincinnati, Jesse Bates. See, I'm already forgetting about him because he went to the Super Bowl, had a thing, and then he came down to Atlanta, and they have not been anything. So why am I gonna remember it? Respectfully. And yeah, like they're going backwards. If you look at his winning percentages all time, I feel like it's one of the worst in Falcons history. They thought they had something there because they had a prior relationship from when they see, like I mentioned earlier, it's a circle. they're still not over that Super Bowl, so they went and got Raheem Morris to kind of rectify that, and all of that compounded into what? A losing franchise, which they have been so far, unfortunately. So the inverse of that, on the other side, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who smartly build their roster through the draft. They pick up on, second round, third round, fourth round guys who turn out to be solid pieces. Look at a Tess Johnson. He looks better than most of your pieces. Outside of Kyle Pitts, outside of Drake London, you could probably argue that Tess Johnson would probably be a wide receiver or weapon up there as, one of the better ones for the Falcons. That just shows you the discrepancy in the franchises. Emeka Abuka would walk into the Atlanta Falcons and be a number one without an argument. Shout out to Drake London, but that's not an argument. In Tampa Bay, he's a 1B or a 1C. Do you see the discrepancy in talent, the difference in talent? Baker cooking. His offensive line, they've had injuries, so they've had to reshuffle throughout the year. They've not been as, successful as you would want them to be, losing Cody Mock earlier on the season. Ben Bredson's currently out as well. Looking at them defensively, I think they're actually healthier now from their defensive back injuries earlier in the season. Savosia Dennis is out. Hopefully, I said your name right. He's out in this one. Kalijah Clancy, I don't know if he is back or not. That will be a big factor for them if he is back soon. Going into the playoffs gives a big body up front. Outside of that, I think getting JPP on the practice squad is needed if they do end up making the playoffs. He might make them, a player or two, a sack or two. That might change the game for them. I still don't see them being a Super Bowl pick. They just, have been regressing kind of like the Falcons as well. Not like they've, blown the roof off the places like they did earlier in the season when they went up to Seattle, had that comeback victory against the Seahawks. But since then, injuries, one reason or another, they have kind of been struggling. But getting Bucky Irving back, Sean Tucker's still there, Rashad White, that's not just a two-back system, that's a three-back system that's kind of getting underutilized in my opinion because of the weapons they're out there. Kate Otten being out, no Coke Kift either. Durham should be a solid blocking tight end, but I don't think, tight end should be as necessary because Mike Evans returns. Thank God. I mean, you always want to see legends play. He's going to do his thing. This might be the first time where Godwin, Evans, and Igbuka are on the field at the same time, which should be phenomenal. I'm hoping, especially it being at home after a loss last week. You have a short week, you get this, you kind of get a mini bye until next week. So you do want to get this win. And then after this, how does your season kind of entail? For the Bucs, it's this one, then another divisional matchup against the Carolina Panthers, who are on your heels. They are also 7-6. They are pretty much tied in the division. If you lose this, next week you drop one, and then the Panthers can, take the division and run with it. But also for the Panthers, they still have Saints this week, Bucs, like I mentioned, next week, Seattle, and then Bucs again. So on the other side for the Bucs, after Carolina, it is at Miami, then back against Carolina. So you could argue, maybe Tampa Bay has an easier road, but any given game, you got to go out to win it. So unless they go do it, they can't. And I go back. Looking at the Falcons, they did have some flashes. Did I think they were going to beat the bricks off the Bills at home on that Monday Night Football? I did not, but they did do that. But at that time, Michael Penix was still there as well. This time around, no Michael Penix. I mean, no Drake London. I think even Kyle Pitts is injured at the moment. There's really nothing to kind of hold your hat on in Atlanta. I mean, I guess maybe you could go support the Hawks because they're doing better without Trey, but what does that happen? I do mention basketball because, like I've mentioned all this time, Jump Ball Season 2, it's coming back, I promise. But till then, I hope you guys enjoy Thursday Night Football back on Prime because we don't have too many of those left. We are already at week 15, like I mentioned, maybe two more. Then we bid farewell to Thursday Night Football until next season. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys go back, catch up on all the other quick takes. Like I mentioned, go catch up on quick takes. Go like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Going back to it, Jump Ball is, I promise, coming back soon. And I think a football frenzy needs to be dropped very soon as well, as Real Madrid lost yesterday, Chelsea lost the day before. Just a lot of frustration. Warriors come back tomorrow as well. So a lot of sports going on right now. End of the year. It is the most wonderful time of the year. And till Sunday, you already know what it is.